Welcome back, everyone, to the Creatia Conversation, your number one news source for all that nerd-ish on Pornhub. I'm your host today, the Sultan of Spirit Swallow, the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, SESvince. And joining me is probably my favorite person in this planet outside of my girlfriend, Melissa, the Will Gray. How are you doing, Will?
Did you see me set up real straight in my chair?
Yeah, I
This
also
was
saw you
the.
light up before we went live. How you doing, Will?
I'm great. I'm so excited. I love it. As soon as I got in the StreamYards, the first thing I said to you was, "I'm so excited to do this."
Oh
We've
yeah, no,
been on.
it's always a fun time.
We've done at this point, quite a few shows together. We've collabed a lot, either here or there. So I'm excited for yet another show. So when I'm excited to work, it's always fun.
Oh, 100%. And we have plenty to talk about. Today we had a Nintendo Direct and we had a few things announced. We'll talk about that, but before we do that, I just want to remind everyone that we are currently live right now on twitch.tv/Creatia World. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, which means you can link your Prime Gaming with your Twitch account, get a free subscription to your favorite Twitch streamer. Hopefully you give it to us, but if not, give it a River City Radio, Botch Spots and Chair Shots. They're great content. They're live almost as much as we are during the week. So it's just a bunch of fun content. So go ahead and give that to us. If not, you can follow for free. That's absolutely free. If you do want to get a free subscription, you can go ahead and subscribe to us on youtube.com/Creatia World. We're live there as well. Costs nothing to subscribe over there. Like this video, flick the bean notification button so you know when we go live for a brand new episode. And we are also live on facebook.com/Creatia World, where you can follow us there as well. Yeah, so we're live in 3 platforms, so there's no way you should be missing us whatsoever when we go live during the week.
It's a menage live stream.
Exactly. So well, so we had a Nintendo Direct, which is going to be the big bulk of today's episode. We'll talk about that. A few things got announced. Before we actually get into the details of stuff that were revealed today, what are your initial thoughts? Like, what were your anticipations going into this Nintendo Direct, and what were your immediate emotions and reactions following it?
Going into anything with one of the big 3, and by big 3 I mean Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo.
Right.
Going into anything that is name branded by one of the big 3, I always have high expectations. This is the first time in a few years, so I'm going to give them slack for it. But Nintendo, I felt like, had one of the weakest showcases so far this summer.
All right.
Overall, I feel like they could have knocked it out of the park with a lot of stuff. And, as we start to chew through some of it, you'll hear me say the same things a lot. Like, this could have been great, but it's just kind of okay or good.
Yeah, I understand. Likewise here, I went in here not expecting anything because I haven't really played anything Nintendo related since probably Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I see Matt Ritter's in the chat. Let's see what he has to say. Just spent 3 hours at the DMV to get my address changed on my license.
Hi, I've been waiting for you to stop ducking everybody, and you finally admit you live in Nashville now.
He probably does. At this point, well, I will say this: he lives in the Nashville part of Illinois. Let's put it that way.
He lives in the Nashville of Illinois.
Yes, he lives in the Nashville of Illinois. Ashley, I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because that's actually the first thing. Like I mentioned, the only thing I played Nintendo wise is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If you watched yesterday's episode, Matt and I were talking about how he hasn't really played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet since there's nothing really new there. There's no DLC, so he's just bored. Well, luckily today, the biggest announcement probably of this whole thing, and it's only huge. It's
huge.
It's massive.
Game-changing, game of the year stuff.
Oh no, it's incredible. They should have kicked things off with this.
Not even big enough. Not actually, even
they did
big.
Kick off with this. Yeah,
It was. Yeah, it was the very first thing they showed us.
So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the hidden treasures of Arena Zero expansion DLC pack, a new trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's upcoming 2-part DLC. The Teal Mask and the Indigo Plateau show off a few more details for the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero expansion. Aside from the gameplay footage, nothing majorly new has been shown off here, and now the Teal Mask and the Indigo Plateau are scheduled to launch in fall and winter of this year, respectively. So the Teal Mask is more focused on the retro, like the older parts of the game, and then the Indigo Plateau is more of a futuristic Indigo Plateau, part of the futuristic part of the game as well, because you know how they had like different forms of Pokemon, so that's kind of what that was. Matt saying, also, I would never move to a red state. I have a daughter. I want to have rights.
Fair enough.
Fair
So
enough.
let me ask you a question about Pokemon, Vince.
Yes.
Since your boy Peter Parker opened up the multiverse, we've seen it with DC. Even the Legends of Zelda now with Tears of the Kingdom has lent to the fact that all these versions of Zelda have happened in a multiverse style setting. Have they done that with Pokemon yet to make the different layers of the Pokemon stories all intertwined?
Well, what they have done in the one of the latest series, not the newest one, but the one prior to it, uh Ash and Dawn actually go back in time to see
Okay.
counterparts of themselves. In the Celebi movie, they've done stuff where they go back in time and they see a younger version of Professor Oak. But it has been established that, like, let's say like the Mega Evolutions, that's a different timeline than the main continuity games. So like
Okay.
that's why that's different. So like in there's a timeline with Mega Evolution, there's a timeline without Mega Evolutions, and there's multiple different timelines. I've seen videos of it, extensive, and yeah, they've somewhat touched the multiverse, but not in games like that. Not in games and not in the anime too much. You know, they've really only dabbled with like, you know, like time travel. Uh Matt's like quote unquote fall, quote unquote winter, just like Pokemon Home was coming in spring. So Matt isn't very what you call it.
Optimistic. It's like
No.
Fight Forever. It's the Pokemon version of Fight Forever, where it's going to take them like 5 years to get a game out.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So yeah, so that was the biggest announcement there. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet players can also take part of a new 5-star Terra Raid battle this week with a rare chest from Gimmighoul popping up to reward players who defeat it. So there's that as well. So that was the big Pokemon news everyone was anticipating. Before we continue, I skipped two parts of this episode because it was very crucial. First off, it is in fact newsy time. I
It is
can't sing
newsy
it
time.
because I don't have the vocals for it.
Newsy time.
Thank you, Will. Thank you. Thank you. And second of all, before we continue, Will, what have you been playing besides Legend of Zelda?
Fortnite. We went to the wild. The new
Okay.
season dropped. It's been amazing. Penis.
Yeah.
When those are the two big things. I've been patiently waiting. Tears of the Kingdom. I get the hardback collector's edition of like the Ultimate Gamer Guide on the 10th of July. So I'm hoping that by then I'm gonna have the game finished, at least the main storyline of the game finished. Fortnite's amazing. I've been trudging through that painstakingly. The first part of the new season, all the tryhards are out. So like all the really good pro players come back to play Fortnite when the new shit drops. So right now I went from being like okay good to being like terrible. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want to play anymore. Other than that, watching wrestling. I finished Young Sheldon recently.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I was a Big Bang Theory fan.
Big Bang Theory. Okay.
Yeah, and so watching Young Sheldon was a lot of fun. But that's pretty much it. What about you? What are you watching?
Well, like I was talking with Matt yesterday, I just got to season 4 of Young Justice, and unfortunately, there isn't a renewal or plans for a renewal for a 5th season.
Well, everybody's on strike, anyways.
Yeah, so me personally, I've been enjoying the 4th season because what they've done differently in the 4th season is that they actually are taking 3 to 4 episodes to tell a story centered around like 3 or 4 main characters of the team, and then the next 3-4 episodes have been about other members of the team. So it's like you're getting like a little like mini story arc within the season. So there's only 26 episodes. I'm nine episodes in. I'm very much enjoying that. aside from that, I haven't really been playing much of anything, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping that changes. I'm hoping that changes soon. Um, let's continue because there was a lot that might get me excited. There was a few things that got me excited in the Nintendo Direct that I might be wanting to play, and that for me personally is Detective Pikachu. It's coming to Nintendo Switch in October, quote unquote, on October. So we don't know for sure. Um, a lot of articles I've been seeing is that this is like, oh, Detective Pikachu makes a return, or so is this like a second installment of a Detective Pikachu game? And I've just been living under a rock. Uh, that's my first question. If you have that,
I feel like they've made a Detective Pikachu game at some point. I feel like that's not a like an obscene thought to be like, is this the second one that I just don't know about?
yeah,
Maybe you're
that
just getting old, Vince. Maybe it came out and you just weren't,
yeah.
active with the new Pokemon. You're just not up.
Well, I didn't get a Nintendo Switch till about maybe 3 years ago. Uh, Vince is easily excited.
Yes, the movie was based on the game Gracias
Yes.
Lord Cussalot.
So yeah, so let's talk about it. Well, like what I liked about it is that it's a different take on the Pokemon game. So even if this is only the second installment of it and not the first ever Detective Pikachu game, I'm excited for it because I'm like those will actually be different than your regular standard RPG Pokemon game or like anything else that we've seen in the past. This is something along the lines of like a Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64, where it has Pokemon elements to it, but it's a different genre, different take on the game. Um, Travis says it was on 3DS, so that's why that's why I didn't play it. So playing a lot of this stuff on Nintendo Switch should be fun. And yeah, so that was one of the games I was looking forward to. Was there anything here that you want to talk about specifically, or do you want me to just like rattle all these stuff off?
The Pokemon, the Detective Pikachu game. I say this a lot. Travis and I have talked about this, especially with games that have big, vast universes and stories. Like sometimes they grow stale if it's just a new coat of paint. So
Yeah,
for a game like Detective Pikachu, they're going to have to do something that goes far and away from a standard Pokemon game for me to be like, oh shit, they're doing something really groundbreaking here. I'm not saying Pokemon is quite to the level of Madden, but like how many little monsters can you make?
true.
Like back when I started, back in my day, there was only 150,
Technically 151.
151. But even the original was still like, that's my point. Now there's what, like 7 million?
At least 1,000
Okay.
bare minimum, but you're not far off. Matt saying, speaking of snaps, built my Lego Nano Infinity Gauntlet I got on Father's Day last night. Congrats, Matt.
And he's watching Transformers War for Cybertron.
Yes.
That's the one Transformers movie I'm not sure if I've even seen all the way through.
Travis says noise.
Noise.
Another game that was announced was Super Mario Bros. Wonder, a brand new 2D Mario game. So this is actually a new installment. This is kind of cool. The big finale for June's Nintendo Direct was Super Mario Bros. Wonder, a brand new 2D Mario game that will release on the Switch on October 20th, 2023. The trailer featured an extended look at gameplay and even shows a new elephant power up for Mario. I thought that was kind of cool. That was like, okay, so they're turning him into all sorts of animals now. One of the big surprises for this 2D Mario game is the Wonder Flowers, as they make wild and unexpected things happen in the world, like causing pipes to come to life. Furthermore, it will let players choose whether to play as Mario, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, and Yoshi. So you have a lot of options for characters, and it didn't confirm it in the IGN article that we're listing this off from, but it did look like it has a co-op option because there at the end of the clip it was Mario, Luigi, Daisy, and Peach all playing together at the same time and finishing the level. So that would be cool if you can play co-op up to 4 people.
Love Super Mario, love 2D side scrollers. When I was in college, I ate lots of wildflowers that made weird stuff happen every day.
Exactly. So this is right up
it's
your
not
alley.
it's not out of the ordinary at all for me. I just call it
Exactly.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I love a good Mario game. I got into Mario Galaxies and Mario 3D and, Super Mario Sunshine. Like, I've played a lot of the incarnations of it. So for them to go back to the original Super Mario Brothers and like you see it, my pipe comes, that just threw me off.
Yeah, Matt says my pipe comes to life every time I do a show with Will. Well, the feeling's mutual.
That's
Feeling's
it.
mutual.
You complete
Yeah.
me, Mateo. But I love a good 2D side scroller. Like if
Oh
you
yeah.
go back to the new Sonic that's coming up. Me and Travis just watched that on a showcase not too long ago. And we were both hyped that they're going back to the old original Sonic. So to
Yes.
see Super Mario Wonder go back to the original 2D side scroller, jump up and punch the blocks, Mario shit, like here for it.
Yeah, maybe it's just the fact that I am getting old and I like my old things. And a 2D side scroller is like what I got into not Rusty, into video games with, because I played Mario games, obviously 1 through 3. I played Sonic the Hedgehog, I played Metroid, and then I also played like those. It was on the N64. It was on the NES. It was like a Ninja Turtles game where you can play one of the 4 Ninja Turtles, and it was a side scroller. I also played like a Wolverine side scroller as well. So there are so many side scrollers that I just absolutely love, and this is fantastic. You mentioned it already, Will. We're getting Sonic Superstars. It gets a new gameplay trailer, so that was revealed. Sonic Superstars was revealed at Summerfest 2023, like you mentioned, and today's Nintendo Direct gave fans the blue blur on a new look at the game in action. Sonic Superstars will be released this fall, and you can play up to 4 players. So that one they did confirm that you can play up to 4 players between Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy. You can actually play all 4 at the same time.
Do you think Amy's mad that they gave her such a boring ass name? Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and it's fucking Amy.
I don't know, but I know plenty of Amy's back in the day that actually that's their favorite character because they share the name.
Yeah.
I had a friend called Aime, but she wasn't actually Amy, but she gets called Amy.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's my favorite character. But I don't know.
Amy's and Amanda's. I don't fuck with Amy's or Amanda's anymore.
You don't like the Amanda show? Is that right?
Just in general in life. Amy's or Amanda's just aren't my cup of tea.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else that you that you saw that you want to go ahead and cover because it was something that you actually are looking forward to?
The one thing, and I said it when we first hopped on before we hit the go button, was the Tears of the Kingdom stuff.
Yes.
They're doing the release of the collector's edition hardback, which was cool, but that wasn't anything new. But they said they had a Tears of the Kingdom announcement, and everybody got low-key excited because, they had talked about maybe giving us something. And it was a fucking amiibo. What are they called?
Amiibos.
Yeah, it was
a
fucking amoeba. It's like a 2-celled organism that like lives in plankton or whatever. Like, no, it was stupid. Like, who even uses amiibos?
I know a few people that used to use amiibos, but I never even knew the functions for them, honestly. And I was working at GameStop at the time, and I still didn't knew what the fuss was about. Just shows how much I knew about the product themselves.
There's a whole feature in Tears of the Kingdom that I will never use because I don't know what a fucking amiibo is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of add-ons, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe adds a new course alongside PD, Pariah, Wiggler, and Kamake. So instead of releasing new Mario Kart like you were anticipating and hoping for, well, we're getting we're getting DLC, a new course. Disappointed much?
Yeah, that's why I yawned. That was me being dramatic.
Oh.
One, Travis still hasn't sent me his friend code. I think he's scared to get the smoke. That's all I'm saying. But I'm with Mario Kart 8 is amazing.
Yes.
Like, it's a fantastic, one of my favorite Switch games. It's one of 3 physical games that I own that I haven't just downloaded. Mario Kart 8 was great, but I feel like now at this point, stop giving us old content with a new fresh coat of paint. Give us something new to chew on. Giving us, a track pack that you took stuff from Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart DS. Like, that's cool, but like that's not even nostalgic for me at this point. You know
No,
what I
I
mean? Like I
understand.
feel like I just played those games. Like this isn't new anymore. So I feel like give us something substantial. So this is the last time. If they give us a new backpack next year, I'm gonna be like, nope.
Fuck it.
This is Madden. It becomes Madden. Mario Kart becomes Madden if they give us just another track pack next year.
I understand. I understand. Speaking of playing something, feeling like you just played something again, just giving us something old as new. This is an announcement I was not expecting, but the Batman Arkham trilogy is coming to Nintendo Switch. All three Rocksteady Batman games, Arkham Asylum, City, and Knights, will be heading to Nintendo Switch this fall. In addition, all DLC will arrive with the games. Did you ever play any of the Arkham games, and are you excited to play them on your Switch at all?
I played the first two.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Arkham City. Arkham Asylum had the whole Riddler trophy process where you had to
Right.
solve all the puzzles. That
Mm-hmm.
was super cool. When they
Yes.
introduced that to the whole city, that was the closest thing a DC video game has ever been to like the Spider-Man feel where you can just swing around the city and like fight crime.
Yes.
It was the only one that felt like that because Arkham Asylum you could sort of do it, but not really.
You were still confined within the between the asylum.
Yeah, you were still confined into the prison. So when they opened it up to the city, I was like, hell yeah. Arkham Knight's one of those games I probably could have gotten really into if it wasn't, you know, the Ringo Starr of the video game lineups. Like when you have to go against so many great games that have come out in the last 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
like I knew it was supposed to be good, but it just never got played.
I think for me, the thing that discouraged me from Arkham Knight, and I actually purchased the game but never really full on played it, was all the Batmobile action. It felt like too much Batmobile. Um, I have the Arkham collection for my PS4. I re-downloaded for my PS4 because I think it was for free,
Mm-hmm.
or it might have been like $5 or whatever, and it was on super discount sale. And obviously, I can play it on my PS5, but this would be interesting because it looked like the graphics were not too like far off what I'm expecting on my PS3, on my Nintendo Switch, or even on my PS4. So as long as it runs well, like I might just re-download it so I have an RPG game that I like to play on my Nintendo Switch. So that might be something I actually do.
So whatever, for some reason, you just sprung a core memory in my brain about
Okay.
not playing games, and like purchasing a game and still not really like. I had an unopened copy of Assassin's Creed Odyssey that was bought for me as a birthday present
Right.
before I got sick.
Mm-hmm.
That Allison just opened because she was like, "I bought you this fucking game for your birthday and you never opened it." So she opened it to play it because
Right.
it had been like 3 years now, and
Right.
I didn't even open it. So whatever you said made me think of that story in my head that I got popped for not only playing a game, but I didn't even open it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I've never gone to the point where I don't play a game and I don't even take it out of the plastic wrap.
It
And
was still wrapped. She made it a point to be like, you didn't even fucking open it. Like,
it never saw the inside of your console.
no, it moved from Knoxville there to here, from Knoxville to Nashville to Murfreesboro, and never got opened.
Crazy.
Yeah, and she had to
Crazy.
open it. She was like, I can't believe it. You never opened this fucking game.
When did this happen? When did she start playing it?
I don't know. November, December. So it's been
Okay.
a few months ago. But
Oh, okay. All right.
you
All
just
right.
you just reminded me of the story. That's all.
Oh, gotcha. I thought
Yeah.
you meant like this was something recent.
No, but it just popped into my brain when you said that you bought a game and really didn't play it. And I was like,
Yeah.
the ultimate story of that is getting a game for a birthday present, not even opening it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was talking about RPGs. Well, the Super Nintendo Mario RPG is getting the remake treatment. So this RPG is coming to Nintendo Switch, and it will launch on Nintendo Switch in November 17, 2023. This adventure, which shows Mario, Bowser, Princess Peach, Mallow, Gino, and more, sees our hero attempting to take down the Smithy gang while collecting 7 stars to repair the Star Road. So I've never actually played anything that was on Super Nintendo because I never actually owned the Super Nintendo. I went from NES to N64. I skipped the entire Super Nintendo line.
That would be like saying you never played a PlayStation 2.
I did skip the PlayStation 1.
That
So
makes sense. If you were playing 64, like that explains why you didn't have a PS1. But to say you never played Super Nintendo is like to be like, nah, I just skipped PS2 altogether. There's so many games in that catalog that you're missing from your video game repertoire.
no, and
You
I
never played
understand.
Earthbound?
No.
Wow, Vince.
So I think I only played the Super Nintendo when I was playing it when I went over to a friend's house, and I think we were playing like a Power Rangers game, and we played like this Ninja Turtles game, but I don't remember the games. It was like just it's just like a like a foggy memory. I know we played Mario as well, but that's all I remember. It honestly, the only reason why it happened, it wasn't a personal choice. Just money is tight. I got my N64 probably at the time that the Super Nintendo came out, so that's why I was through the entire lifespan of the Super Nintendo. I had my NES. Then I wanted an upgrade, and then I got the 64 for Christmas, which I still have, by the way. It's still like over there somewhere by my TV. I pop it open a few times to play Pokemon Stadium and play the
I
mini
love
games.
Pokemon Stadium.
One of my favorites. That was also coming to the Switch. So it was more of a monetary reason as to why I skipped the Super Nintendo. I did skip the GameCube and the Wii and the Wii U, and then went straight to the Switch. That was because I could only choose one console, and I chose PlayStation over Nintendo. And then once I had adult money, I can buy everything I wanted. So
bingo. I guess I started getting adult money before you did. That makes sense. I'm like a million years older than you are. Mario RPG was fun.
Yeah.
But even by the time Mario RPG came out on the Super Nintendo, it was going against quality RPGs. Castlevania wasn't a side scroller anymore. Legends of Zelda: Link to the Past became the first real big Legends of Zelda game. Like, it was going against other great RPGs. So for Mario to venture into that realm felt a very childish, and that was to a 10-year-old playing Super Nintendo.
I mean, I've never played it, so it'd be a completely different experience for myself if I do choose to pick it up for my Switch. I will not be getting anything old anymore, but there's a few stuff as well. But you know what?
You don't need anything else old. You have me.
That's true. That's true. But what I do need is some monetary help. And to do that, you should support our sponsors. If you're subscribed to our Patreon at patreon.com/creatiaworld, you can get the episodes ad free over there. But it only costs $1 to be a patron. You get free content plus ad free stuff. You get Multiverse with Mara and Travis. So they talk about the animated DC films, which is fantastic. They covered Flashpoint Paradox as well, one of the best animated films on DC's catalog that I've seen. And it'd probably be a better time than actually watching the new Flash movie anyways. If you're like wrestling, you're like old school wrestling, like Will, he's been on this show, Return to Wrestling with the Warren Matt Ritter and Travis as well, where they go and look back at old WCW stuff and they make Matt just suffer through it all because there's a lot of Hulk Hogan in there.
Hulk Hogan
stuff. But for those of you that aren't a Patreon, you can still watch us here, but support our sponsors.
Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creatiaworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go to online store for all your dog related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creatiaworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creatiaworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creatiaworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creatiaworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creatiaworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
You're muted, Vince.
I am muted. Thank you to Travis. I like to believe that Travis does this live. So within the canon of the Creatia universe, we just kick it off to him, kind of like a newscast. So yeah. Speaking of Mario stuff, we did get announced Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Remaster is being announced along with a Princess Peach game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch. So as if Mario RPG Remake wasn't enough, Nintendo has revealed a remastered of 3DS's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and a brand new game starring Princess Peach will be arriving in 2024. We didn't learn much about the Princess Peach game, which appears to be a 2D and a half 2.5D side scroller, but you can read our Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon review in the IGN article. I'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, so we got Luigi's Mansion remastered for the Nintendo Switch, and we're also getting a Princess Peach game as well. So there's a lot of Mario content. That was the big takeaway. There was a lot of Mario stuff.
This is where we get to the point of the showcase where I said, like, this just kind of feels like the same song and dance. All the games started to look the same.
Yeah.
Like they all started running together. There were, the Mario Kart track reveal, all the Mario games, this game, Luigi's game, Peach's game. And it's like, cool, lots of Mario content, but none of it looks crazy new or crazy exciting. The new Mario Wonderland, I'll give them props. Hyped about that one. Everything else just looks like, we already did it. Let's soup it up a little bit and do something new.
Even with the Batman Arkham game, that's just like you remastering the game for your Nintendo Switch console. Seems you have a wild Pokemon has appeared.
Yeah, there's a cat in the office. They're not supposed to be in the office.
Shit happens, man. But yeah, I get what you're talking about. There was a feeling like, oh, this is a game about Peach. This is a game about Mario. I think there was a Wario game as well announced, and it's like that's a lot of Mario content. But I mean, if you're a fan of the genre, if you're a fan of the Mario franchise, it's you're eating. I'm not gonna complain for you guys. You do you.
I like Mario. I'm not against Mario, but like I said, don't force feed it to me.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I felt like they were doing. It was like, take all this new Mario and appreciate it.
God damn it. All right. So another free-to-play game was announced. It was played a life simulator called Palia. Is all about a relaxing vibe in either solo or co-op sessions. Like other games in the genre, you'll be able to create a cozy getaway, customize it to suit your taste, and uncover more materials for your home when you explore beyond the borders of your village. So it kind of feels like The Sims, essentially, to me.
There were a few RPGs that were kind of announced. One of them towards the end. I wish I had taken better notes. When we watch them live, I always take much better notes because I have my notebook right here. But I was downstairs drinking Red Bull, eating breakfast, like watching it because it's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
You drink a Red Bull with your breakfast?
Yeah,
really?
Like coffee. But I for some reason coffee doesn't work with my stomach, so I drink Red Bull. But yeah, I drink one every morning.
You should drink a Dubby with your breakfast.
See.
That's why. There you go.
Dubby's the drink. Use your code, get your 10% off. We'll talk after we go off the air.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, so it was all right. It was fine. Another one, the last one we'll talk about because there was a lot, but the last interesting one for me, I guess, was Persona 5 Tactica. Jesus, can't talk today. The upcoming real-time strategy spinoff got a short teaser at the Nintendo Direct and introduced a new character, Arena. In case you missed its debut this month, Persona 5 Tactica puts a cute spin on the Phantom Thieves from Persona 5, mixed in some Fire Emblem-inspired turn-based gameplay, and set the gang loose in a new realm. So I've never actually played Persona 5, but it's one of those games that people keep telling me, you have to play, Vince. You have to play. I just never have, but this looked kind of cool. What about you, Will?
I'm not familiar with the franchise, honestly.
Okay.
It looked cool.
Yes.
Like I'm here for it. I like RTS games. I didn't know anything about it, no backstory. I didn't, it was one of those like, okay, it looks fun, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an opinion on the series. I think it looks like a fun RTS, and I think put on the Switch, I think that's a genre that they don't really have a lot of. Like the strategy. Another one was there was a turn-based game. I wish I could remember it, but I was like, okay, that's kind of cool for a Switch. It almost looked kind of Final Fantasy. Once again, I wish I had taken better notes, so I'm just not speaking out of turn.
It's all right. For those of you that missed the Nintendo Direct, it's still available on their YouTube channel, so you just got to go to Nintendo's YouTube channel and watch it there. But if you just want to read an article and just like get like the bullet points, you can go over to IGN.com. There's an article written by Adam Bankhurst over there, which is where I got a lot of my information from. So, just to make sure we covered every single game that I wanted to. But you could also head over to GameSpot.com and an article written by Daryl Bontuis, I believe. So you can check out both either GameSpot or IGN have two solid articles recapping what happened in the Nintendo Direct for those of you that missed it or just didn't take notes. We'll move on. I actually have two trailers before we head out, but I do want to talk about an article that I found on thewrap.com written by Humberto Gonzalez. So I have to shout out any Latino representation. So shout out to him. Marvel's, and this is an exclusive with the Wrap, Marvel Studios are set to skip Comic-Con's Hall H this year. After making a big splash at Comic-Con in 2022, Marvel Studios will skip Hall H this year. The Wrap has exclusively learned. Marvel will, however, have a presence on the convention floor. The studio, which has always given convention goers flashy first looks at upcoming movies and shows, currently has multiple productions on pause due to the ongoing writer's strike. Productions currently on pause include the Blade, Thunderbolts, Daredevil, and Wonder Man. I didn't even knew they were making Wonder Man, to be honest with you. So you can go ahead and check out the article to read more into detail on what Humberto writes. but essentially they're skipping San Diego Comic-Con, which what sounds like because they don't have anything to show anyone because of the writer's strike putting everything on pause.
I think that's going to be a growing problem as we grow towards the end of the year. We're going to see more production houses and firms going on strike because with the route writers, they're not going to be able to put any content out.
Yeah.
I've spoken on this many, many times, especially when it comes to like sitcoms. We were talking about The Big Bang Theory earlier. The main actors get paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars an episode. But then, entry level writers are getting paid like $50,000 in New York City, which is the same as making below, the what's it called? The
minimum
poverty
wage
line everywhere else. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to survive on $50K in New York City.
100%.
And that's the point that they're arguing. They're like, these guys make hundreds of thousands of dollars on episodes and we make $50K a year. And and I wholeheartedly 100% firmly agree with the writers that there needs to be better representation, but also playing devil's advocate. If you're in a union, your contracts are collectively bargained and the production houses are going, you guys agreed to this shit. Like, do your jobs. And you kind of like, you can't really say they're wrong. They're just kind of assholes about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be an ongoing thing. I don't expect it to be resolved anytime soon, so it sucks. But we do get Marvel Secret Invasion. It premieres today. I have yet to see the episode. I've already seen not spoilers, but information that I wish I didn't know. But I know this information going into this first episode. And now I'm anticipating what will happen. So that's something I'm going to be watching later on tonight when I get home.
I will not be.
You won't? How come?
I'll wait till the whole season comes out and then I'll watch it all at once.
That's what I did with Loki. That's exactly what I did with Loki. Because I don't like sitting there and go week to week with episodes anymore. I like to binge everything. I've been accustomed to a certain way of life, and I want to continue that.
I just got my anxiety's too big. I can't live on cliffhangers.
Or you're just gonna have to sit there for basically 6 weeks to avoid spoilers. Basically, that's gonna be a mission in of itself as well.
It won't bother me. I'm a firm believer that I'm choosing to do this to myself, so I don't intentionally try to live under a rock. If I see spoilers, great. If I don't, great.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a great way to look at it. Let's watch some trailers.
I love trailer time.
So it's my favorite too. We did a few trailers yesterday with Matt. The one that I added today is one that's getting a lot of people talking about. I don't know if you've heard this on social media or on TikTok. I found out about it because of TikTok. But apparently, this new movie is featuring Zendaya. And there's a scene here that is making a lot of people, at least social media, just kind of like feel for Tom Holland. As Matt and I did with Pretty Kyle a few weeks ago, she was double teamed by two pair of gentlemen on the bed, and that's like the crux of it all. So I don't know. We'll give this a look. And ironically enough, this is about tennis. I don't. So yeah, exactly. This whole movie is about tennis, and everyone's micro focusing on this one specific sexual scene where there's not actual sex as far as I know, but everyone's feeling for Tom Holland. That's the big story. The big takeaway is not about the movie. It's about poor Tom Holland. This is happening to him and we're watching it.
Anybody in the chat, let me know if you're as confused as I am, because when you started talking at the beginning of this segment about this trailer, everything you said, you had no idea what you were gonna say next. I was like, where is this going, man?
Well, let's check it out.
Always good when you start with a rated R warning.
Wait. Hi.
Hey. Tashi Duncan. She's going to turn a whole family into millionaires. She'll have a fashion line, a foundation. You were incredible today.
Thank you.
I mean, it wasn't even like tennis. It was an entirely different game.
Hey, come hang out with us later.
Want me to come tuck you in?
No, we just keep talking.
How often does this happen? Going after the same girl?
Not as often as you think. We usually have different types.
So you're saying I should be flattered?
Aren't you everybody's type?
Come here.
Which one of us?
He's not in love with you.
What makes you think I want someone to be in love with me?
It's nice to see you lit up about something, even if it's my girlfriend.
Ooh.
Art's got his coach, Tashi Donaldson, who also is his wife.
I'm playing for both of us, Tashi. I think maybe we're disturbed by the fact that she could have been into someone like me
When we were teenagers.
when we were teenagers.
Hey, I love you.
I know.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
You don't know what tennis is. It's a relationship. We went somewhere really beautiful together. I'm taking such good care of my little white boys.
I assume you planned this?
Not this part.
Well then, September 15th is going to be an interesting date. First, initial reactions based on the trailer.
I have the weirdest boner right now. No, I don't know what, like, how the fuck what did you know? How was I supposed to prepare for that? Like,
I tried my best to try to put it into words, and even that didn't do it justice.
I said when you started describing the trailer, I was like, I'm not sure what the fuck this man is going to say next. It's just who knows what Vince is going to say. And
Right.
Sure enough, you play this trailer for me and you expect me not to flirt with you on air right now? Vincent Delgado.
listen. But you see why a lot of people are like, poor Tom Holland, yada yada. Like, I'd be furious if I was Tom Holland.
He's fucking Spider-Man. Those guys play tennis. Tennis is barely a sport. It's like golf, tennis. Like, it's barely a sport.
It's interesting because the movie is supposed to be about tennis, but it's also about this love triangle that she's got going on with these two white boys.
You ever think she does dirty stuff with a tennis racket? If she's in the DP, like, she's probably done dirty stuff with a tennis racket then, right?
I would imagine so. I mean,
one would think it would be the natural, like...
I mean, she's on Euphoria, so this is right up her alley, too.
What is Euphoria?
It's, well, I've never actually watched it, but I hear it's a more sexual show. Like a very sexual show. I'm not... Look it up. Look it up. I can't do that one justice. So you just gonna have to look it up.
I don't know how you're changed. Like, this is weird.
Zendaya's in it. It's a very sexual show. It's a very adult oriented show. So Matt probably knows more about it than I do. Are
you trying to seduce me, Vince? Is that what's happening right now?
If I am, I'm doing it subconsciously.
You're fucking winning. That's what you're doing.
100%, man. But yeah, so that's coming out. It actually looks kind of interesting. I might actually go watch this.
I was about to say that's a date night movie. That's a date night movie if you know you want to get laid afterwards. That's exactly what that is. 100%.
I know what I'm doing September 15th.
I know what I might be having sex.
Yeah. Well, ideally, I'd be having sex way before then. Hopefully, at some point this week, I'm having sex too. Hopefully tonight as well. But no, just
one hopes every day. But Vince is like, "There's a good chance on it on September 25th, guys."
The odds go drastically up on September 15th. Oh man, the last trailer I have here, I wasn't sure if you know about it, and from the sounds of it, from the conversation we had prior to going live. So a lot of shows are getting remakes. So we have How I Met Your Father being a spinoff from How I Met Your Mother. We had iCarly return as a new remake as well. We had All That return with a new cast, and Kel, Kel being in there as well.
Kel Mitchell.
Kel Mitchell. Yeah, I was trying to blank on his last name. Goddamn, I was about to call him Kel Thompson, but no, that's not right. But yeah. So all these remakes are coming, and another one that's coming is Zoe 102, which is a continuation of Jamie Lynn Spears' Nickelodeon show Zoe 101, which kind of left off almost on a cliffhanger. We didn't actually get like a full resolution. So you probably going
That conversation makes way more sense now.
Yeah. Yeah, it absolutely does. So, since I'm probably the only one that knows about anything Zoe 101 related, except for maybe Mara, and she's not on this week, I thought, let's play this and see what happens.
Your suggested video is nothing but NBA and WWE.
Zoe. What's your last name again?
Brooks.
Stark.
Did I tell you that I got proposed to the other night on a second date? I mean, it's like the second we turn 30, everybody just becomes obsessed with, will you be my maid of honor? Shut up. We didn't know we were getting married.
And I don't know what I'd do without my best friend there.
Chase is gonna be there. It's gonna be fine. It'll be the reunion we all need. I need another drink.
I just hope she shows up. I think she's still stuck on her ex, Chase, from high school. It's sad. And I don't think she's had a relationship since. Zoe?
Her maid of honor has arrived.
Wow.
I need someone to play my boyfriend at my best friend's wedding.
Hi. Hi, I'm Hugo Hemsworth, Zoe's boy. Oh boy! Wow, that's a strong grip and jawline.
He does have a strong jawline.
He did have a jawline.
Who wants the mic?
You may be seated.
I have no idea what's happening today on this show.
Let's go, Chase!
When did life get so messy? I would kill to go back to PCA.
I'm sure we'd all love to go back.
I just think about all the things I dreamed about in high school, and now I'm here, and it's like, is this it? Is this the dream?
It's really gross how often you talk about high school.
You all went to high school together?
Well then, so you've never watched Zoe 101, I take it, Will.
I have no idea what's happening in that trailer, who those people are, or what is PCA.
So the core premise of this story is PCA is an old boys school, and for the first semester ever, it's being co-op with girls as well. Zoe goes there for the first time. She falls in love with this dude named Chase. And it's kind of like a will they, won't they type of thing. And then they get together and then he has to like go out of the country with his family. So they never actually got a chance to date. And she's kind of like lingering on it. They had a few characters in here like that you may know, like Victoria Justice is in here. And it's just like a group of friends inside like a college dorm, like almost like a college dorm high school setting.
Okay. So like a boarding school sort of.
Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have Paramount Plus, all the seasons are there. I know Melissa's probably gonna check this out because she does like Zoe 101, and it's a good show. I think it still holds up today. It's a pretty solid Nickelodeon show. I think it's up there with not like up there, but like it's like the next tier below shows like iCarly and Drake and Josh and stuff. If you watch those growing up.
I was grown by the time Drake and Josh and iCarly were on TV, Bubba.
Well, there's a grown-up version of iCarly now, so
fantastic. I'm super old. I'm old enough to remember Hey Dude, and like I said, it's the oldest live-action television show on Nickelodeon. So what's up, everybody? I'm getting that AARP card soon. You know,
exactly. Yeah. But like I said, I wanted to play it because I knew about it, and I figured no one else is going to talk about this, so why not share it? And yeah, so. If you guys are Zoe 101 fans, there you go. There's that. Will, I think I've covered just about everything I want to touch upon, and we just got this show at the perfect time slot. So, would you like to plug your stuff, your socials?
First off, Vince, as always, thank you for allowing me into your space and being the honorary Oos of Creatia World.
Of course.
Secondly, what the fuck were you doing with the show today, man? We went from Tom Holland's girl getting DP'd to a show I've never seen before in my life. It's like you played with my emotions for an hour. It's okay. I love you. For those of you who want to see me outside this world and all my other shenanigans, check my link tree at the Will Gray. You'll find botch bots and chair shots, my WCW Primer World Championship wreckage. You'll find all of my writing profiles everywhere I've ever written. Just check me out. You'll see all of my shenanigans there.
Yeah. All right. Well, technically, I do want to give credit to Travis for booking you on this week. So
always thankful to Travis.
He's the main man to thank for things. If you guys want to keep up with us, you can go ahead and follow us on social media at It's Creatia World on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We're available all there. Flick the bean notification bell over there so you know when we go live, because we tweet and post whenever we're going live. So definitely check. Travis says you can definitely tell someone's age by their Nickelodeon references.
Very true.
Oh man, you know
very true.
Oh, I'm gonna use that now, Travis. That's a good way to tell someone's age. Speaking of Nickelodeon shows, if you haven't, go check out the Get Show podcast because we did a wrestling inspired Get All That episode where we just kind of like do bits with wrestlers. So that was the sweaty session over there. So go ahead and check that out. But going back to what I was saying, follow us on social media. We're also available on Facebook, like I said. Facebook.com/Creatia World. We have 2 Facebook groups there. One for House of the Dragon / Game of Thrones stuff, which is Facebook.com/group/Them Dragons. And we have a wrestling group where we have live chats every single live wrestling show, which is Facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. Shout out to Mike over there because he posts a live chat every single day there's a wrestling show. So like tonight for Dynamite here in Chicago, if you can't make it to the venue, you can join the live chat and chat amongst friends and wrestling fans alike. So go ahead and check that out for sure. Another way to find all our content is to go over to creatiaworld.com. And I'm not sure if it's fixed yet, but if not, head over to Linktree/Creatia World, where you can get all the links for all the stuff Creatia World content, all the likes. Travis is saying there's a huge difference between Hey Dude and Drake and Josh.
Thanks for that, Travis.
Yeah,
thanks.
So aside from that, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESvince. Hit the link tree in my bio, takes you to everything Creatia World, Smack the Raw, Straight Talk, and Get Your Podcast. There's a brand new Get Your Podcast episode this week, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. Go ahead and look that up. And as for me, go to youtube.com/SESvince because that's where I post all the video versions of the podcast for Straight Talk. We're going to be doing some NBA talk this weekend because we have the NBA draft. The NBA finals concluded. There was a huge big trade that happened featuring the Phoenix Suns, Chris Paul and Bradley Beal. So we're going to be discussing that as well. And just kind of hanging out with our boy Basharat over there, getting a chance to talk basketball again. So like I said, youtube.com/SESvince, subscribe there, notification bell, all that works. So with that being said, Will, I think this is a good time to end things up and wrap it up. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow with more Creatia Conversation.